So you know what it is from the title when I bought myself a new project car. Like all high performance vehicles, it's got a centre seat in the middle like a McLaren. The doors are scissor doors like on a Lamborghini, and the top speed is electronically limited to 52 miles per hour. It's a Renault Twizy. So yeah, this is the Twizy. So it weighs around 470 kilograms. It doesn't weigh a lot. It's got a maximum range of up to 60 miles. Realistically, in the winter, you're going to get about 37 miles. In the summer, about 50 odd, kind of low 50s. Obviously, depends how you drive it. So the 0 to 30 time is around 6.2 seconds. Obviously, it doesn't do 60 as standard. It's got a restricted limiter to 52 miles per hour. The charge time is around 3.5 hours from flat to a full charge. That's right, it's an electric vehicle. And I bought this just for really two reasons. One is I like strange, quirky, weird things. But it's also kind of a project. I'm interested in electric vehicles. I'm interested in kind of how feasible is it to have an electric vehicle, be able to go those small distances. And I've recently joined the Polar charging network, so I can see how well this works and talk to you about that as well. So I plan to do follow-up videos, not necessarily dedicated weekly video posts, more of a vlog style. I'll just randomly update you. Sometimes it'll be just on my iPhone, sometimes it'll be on the better camera. But let me take you through a little bit more about it so you can see. So yeah, I don't know if it knows what it is. Obviously this kind of was designed by Renault, I think it was in 2009 was a concept, and released in 2012, and it actually looks pretty much like the concept car itself. It's obviously similar to a smart car, but it's a bit smaller. It is 2 seats, so one in the front and one in the back, and it's actually quite roomy, more roomy than you think it even looks. You don't think how you can fit 2 people in a car so small, but it actually works really well. And the speed is pretty good, and there is some kind of lag when you kind of floor it, but that's because this is designed to be a city car. It's not meant to be a speed machine, but we'll see what we can do about that. Renault did do a one-off F1 version that had the KERS system in. That is a fantastically interesting vehicle, so we'll see if we can make ours go a bit faster. We're not going to put all the F1 kit and spoilers on everything, because that will probably spoil it. But I do plan to do a few things, like change the wheels for the alloys. This car is nearly 4 years old. It comes with a 4-year warranty, so it's just still in warranty, which is why I got this one. The paint is kind of a work in progress. The paint in general is in a pretty good condition, but there was some like scratching and marring marks, which I'm trying to fix. And it's kind of done through the first phase now, but it also comes with these optional windows which aren't in right now. I'll show you that in a later video when we're driving along, but I've taken those out. But they basically tend to mark the door as they open and close. Doors are optional. Doors don't come as standard, so as standard this is all open. You can't retrofit the doors really very easily at all, so you need to order those with it. This is a Twizy Urban, so one of the kind of more basic models. I'll talk to you a bit about what's in it, some of the things I've done already since I've had it, and there'll be separate videos for that. But let's get inside. So no door handles, no locks, you can't lock it, you just leave it. Technically it's a quadricycle, so more like a motorbike, but the scissor doors slide up like that. So the best thing is, you can park this thing right next to someone, just jump out. It's amazing. So if we start off by looking in the back, so I'll just move this seat forwards. So the passenger sits his ass down there, or her ass. You put your legs either side of the driver, and so that's the main where your bum goes, the backrest and the headrest. You'll see also here, those are some speaker enclosures, so it doesn't have speakers in there as standard. I have fitted some, which I'll talk to you about later. In this little lock here is basically a little boot. I won't open it because it's a little bit fiddly. Actually, I will open it and then we just won't bother putting it back in. So it's a bit fiddly. There we go. Somehow managed to zoom in at the same time there. So that's basically a little boot area. I just keep a charging lead in there and some tyre weld in case I get a flat tyre. But this is the seat belt for the rear passenger that plugs in here. This is the seat belt for the driver. So even though both doors open, it's best off getting in from this side, and there's kind of a 2-point harness. There's also a little strap down here so the passenger can pull to move the seat forwards and backwards to help themselves get comfortable. This whole thing is waterproof, so the interior is waterproof. So obviously, as it doesn't come with doors or windows as standard, everything is designed to get wet. There's a little drainage hole here. That's not in case you wet yourself at the speed you're going. This is so when the vehicle gets wet, it's okay. So we pop inside. It doesn't have really any mats. You can get some of those, where you might pick some of those up. You'll see down here little Parrot car kit connector. There's a nice little screen up there along with the microphones. This is something that I've added. Again, I'll do a follow-up video on that. You can get that as an optional extra as well. In terms of storage, as I mentioned, we've got the rear kind of little boot area. If you haven't got a passenger, or even when you have, depending on how long their legs are, you know, you can store loads of crap in there as well. I have had passengers in the back that are over 6 foot, and look, as you can see here, there's a good amount of headroom, and it's relatively comfortable. Obviously, you're not going to want to go 100 miles. You can't go 100 miles, so it's fine just to kind of pop into town and back. So in terms of additional storage, you've got these two little glove boxes. This one doesn't lock, but this one does. It's really simple to drive. There's a little handbrake under here, so just make sure you can see that. There's a handbrake here, hazard switch, drive to go forwards, neutral to obviously be stopped, reverse to go backwards, side lights. Not very good with this new camera. Oh, it's not even my camera, it's borrowed. So obviously you can control the lights here as standard. Got a horn. It's got no fog lights or anything like that. It doesn't need to have fog lights as a quadricycle. It has no heaters either, so it is bloody cold, especially without the windows on. You want your hats and gloves if you're man enough to drive it in this weather. And it's just starting to rain, so we don't want it to get too wet so I don't finish doing the polishing. But we'll do add a video on, or a second at the end of this, where we take it out for a spin. And here is the lockable glove box. It does have a heated windscreen though, you can just see just here, and that works really well when it's cold and frosty to get things up. So I'm gonna pop the windows on a bit quieter when we're doing a video, and when I get a minute we will go out for a drive and let you hear and see what it's like. So in terms of things I have planned for it, I think we're going to add some mats we're going to try and increase the performance of it and just generally have a good fun time. Let's get in. And we are in Renault Twizy. I have the windows on, and I just need to head to the shops to pick something up. So I thought I'd take the Twizy and I'd talk to you a little bit more about this vehicle. So one of the best things about it is when people are cutting corners, it's so small that you just slide right down the side there, no problem. That lovely beeping noise you can hear is the indicators. And yeah, so as you can tell, there's not really too much to hear. You can hear the sound of the electric motor, and you can hear the wind noise. It's obviously fully automatic. You just press drive and away you go, and then you just get ready for everyone to kind of look at you for two reasons. One is they're surprised because they've never seen this kind of thing before, and then the other time they're surprised is actually the fact that you can go, you know, faster than 10 miles an hour. Now, I don't really like the windows, but in the winter, and obviously when it's raining, it's important to use them. At least it feels better because you stay a little bit warmer. But you are definitely borderline mobility scooter-esque with these things on. You feel a bit more of a numpty than you did normally. But yeah, so I don't know if you can see behind me. Obviously, the doors, the windows, obviously don't go all the way into the back recess of the door. So you do get a bit of fresh winter air coming in there. So most of my journey from where I live is uphill, so I have a van on my ass, so I will sit here at 30 because that's what the limit is, and then we get into the de-restricted zone, and then I'll put my foot down a little bit and you can see what it sounds like and just how noisy it is. Braking. Now, regenerative braking only starts working when the battery's down to about 90%. Obviously, it needs to have somewhere to put that regenerative charge back into the car itself. We're talking a future video about the tuning I'm looking at, and that enables you to also adjust regenerative braking as well. So you have kind of two regenerative braking modes. One of them is just when you're off the throttle, and obviously it's kind of coasting, but putting that charge back in. And then there's also regenerative when you're actually braking with the foot brake as well. So that's obviously tends to be significantly more. But yeah, most of the electric cars do this. One of the things you have to be careful about, if you have that regenerative braking too much, especially in the ice, you can lock up the wheels a little bit when you come off the throttle. So coming out of this 40 now, back into the national speed limit, so we will pop our foot down to 52 again. Obviously if you're sitting at 52 and you've got your foot flat to the floor, you're consuming a lot of range because there's a lot of ampage power. So I tend to kind of get to 52, then lift off a little bit, and you kind of have a mixture of coast and kind of just power.
driving quite aggressively recently. Its estimation was around a 30-mile set of battery for this charge. So I've got about a 20-mile trip right now. Right now it's on 27 miles remaining. So when I get to my location, we're going to see how things look. A bit late for the shops. It's a Sunday, they shut at 4 and it's now 10 minutes to 4. Still about 5 miles to go. One of the things I really don't like about these windows is that having them on obviously makes the door heavier. So when you're lifting the doors open, it's a little bit hard to get them open and closed. And also they rub against the outside of the car. So it's quite common if you see one of these cars that has had windows fitted, there's scuff and scratch marks all around the kind of A-pillar trim up to about here. Oh, that was a big bump. So what I've been doing is polishing all those out as much as I can to make it look a lot nicer. And obviously when you get out of the car, you just put a bit more pressure on the window, then it holds it a bit firmer. The other thing is they're a bit, obviously because they have to be able to move so you can get the window open, it means they're a bit flimsy. So when you're going along, they're flapping around a lot. So even though without the windows in, it's obviously windier, it doesn't bang and crash as much because it's not really the car that's banging around so much. I mean, it is a firm ride, so it's a Renault Sport kind of setup, but this banging of the bloody windows, it's annoying, but it's still good fun. I love driving this thing. I'm sure, you know, where I look a right plonker, I don't care. Just a good laugh. And I've got fast, noisy cars at home. That's one of the things that I like about it so much, that you know, you can literally just enjoy it for what it is. It's pocket-sized fun, and yeah, I'm really liking it. Right, 52 minutes past. Nearly there. Should have brought some gloves though. Hands are a bit cold. It's 4 degrees outside today. I could probably look gangster and move the seat back a little bit, pop my hood up, and I'll be like, we be rolling. Through a tunnel, normally I rev it through here because it makes a great noise. Obviously no point doing that in the Twizy. To talk a bit more about the Twizy range, so in the brochure it would say about 60 miles. In the real world, you're obviously, depending how hard you drive, if you drive it like you stole it everywhere, never do any regenerative braking, never stick to the speed limit, it's not going to get you anywhere near that. In the summer, so obviously when the battery's warmer, a battery performs better in the heat, so you'll get around 50-52 miles. In the winter, like it is now, the best I get with what they call eco driving is about 37 miles. If I'm hooning it around, which is basically what I'm doing most of the time, just pop into the village and that, you're looking at about 28 to 32 miles. And that might not seem a lot, but remember it's only a 6 kilowatt battery, so you know, you're not going to get like 80 mile range or something like you would out of a BMW i3, but you know, it doesn't take too long ready to recharge it. 3.5 hours from a complete empty battery. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it to the shops. about this car that's quite cool, I think I mentioned it before. We've got a heated front windscreen. It really comes in handy. Right, 3 minutes to. I've just arrived at the shops. Not sure they're going to let me in, but it's worth a shot. 3 minutes to go. Hopefully I'm back. Okay, I'm back. The shop was still open, but they didn't have what I wanted. Oh well, at least I'm out of the house. Right, so I'm going to head back and I'll give you guys a view of what I can see when I'm driving as we wrap up this video. 'Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.